Disney Pixar The Incredibles. The Incredible Dash. Hi, my name is Dash. I am a super. I have superpowers. I can run faster than anyone I know. I can show off my super speed when I'm in my super suit. But when I run on the track team, I pretend to be normal. I don't want to blow my cover. I always win second place. When we are normal, Dad goes to work, Mom takes care of Jack Jack, my sister Vi and I go to school. Other times, we put on our super suits and fight the bad guys. We always win because we're really the Incredibles. Before I was born, supers ruled. They kept the world safe from bad guys. My dad was Mr. Incredible. He was the best super and always wanted to work alone. My mom, Elastigirl, was famous too. She could slug a criminal from down the block. Then the supers got into trouble. People stopped wanting to be saved. They started thinking that the supers caused problems. They told the supers to quit being heroes. The supers went into hiding. They pretended to be normal. Mr. Incredible became Bob Parr. Elastigirl became Helen Parr. Then they had us kids. Vi and I were supers, but Jack Jack was normal. Vi could turn invisible. She also made force fields. Vi and I sometimes used our superpowers when we argued. Mom had a problem with that. Mom had bigger problems with Dad. He still wanted to be a super. One time his boss would not let him save someone. Dad gave him a tiny push. But it was a super push. Dad lost his job. Then Dad got a message to go on a top secret mission. Dad wanted to go. He kept it a secret. If Dad got caught being a super, our family would have to move again. Dad's mission was to defeat a big robot. It was called the Omnidroid. The Omnidroid was a smart robot. It was really hard to beat. But Dad was still the best super. He tricked the robot and won. Then Dad got more secret hero work. This time, there was a more powerful Omnidroid. It defeated Dad. That's when Dad found out that his boss was a bad guy. His name was Syndrome. He created the Omnidroids. Syndrome wanted to be a super. He had a big plan. He would send the Omnidroid to attack the city. Then he would defeat the Omnidroid himself and look like a super. Dad found Syndrome's computer. He learned that Syndrome had destroyed most of the supers. Then Syndrome caught him. Mom figured out that Dad had not been going to work. She was really mad. Mom packed her super suit. She had to go find Dad. Vi and I got super suits too, but we had to stay home. Vi and I snuck onto Mom's jet. Mom was not happy about that. But before she got too angry, Syndrome attacked us. We landed safely in the ocean. Then Mom became a boat. I got to be the motor. I used my super speed. When we reached the shore, Mom left Violet and me in a cave. For the first time ever, she told us to use our powers if the bad guys found us. Cool. Mom went to save Dad. My mom's stretching powers are awesome. Meanwhile, I explored the cave. I saw a huge ball of fire. Violet and I ran for our lives. We made it out of the cave. Then Syndrome's guards raced after us. Violet turned invisible. I ran super fast. Mom found Dad. They figured out we were in trouble. They raced to the rescue. I could see why they had been the best supers ever. They were surprised at how super Violet and I were too. We were one super family. Then Syndrome trapped us. He used one of his inventions, since he's not a real super. Now Syndrome was ready to go through with his plan. He headed into the city to pretend to defeat his own robot. After Syndrome took off, Vi slipped into her force field and escaped. She set us free too. Now we had to stop Syndrome. I saw one of Syndrome's rockets. It was the only thing that could get us to the city in time. Meanwhile, the Omnidroid was wrecking the city. Syndrome pretended to fight the giant robot with his remote control. People cheered for him. His plan was working. The Omnidroid figured out that Syndrome was controlling it. It knocked out Syndrome and the remote control. Mom had been holding a camper to the rocket. When she let go, we headed right towards Syndrome and the Omnidroid. We soared toward the city in the camper. We got there just in time. Dad wanted to fight alone, just the way he used to. But Mom said we were a family. We'd have to fight together. And that's just what we did. The crowd cheered for us, but our work wasn't done yet. Syndrome kidnapped Jack-Jack, but Jack-Jack turned into a fireball, then into a super strong little monster. He was a super too. We defeated Syndrome. Awesome. We have the best family. We still pretend to be normal. But when a villain bullies the world, my family, the Incredibles, is there to save the day. The end.